The goal was to try and redefine Halo for a new generation of players and kind of take something that has that familiar Halo feel, but look at it from a different perspective.
One of our big goals was to expand the universe, adding in new main characters in the form of Spartan Locke and Fireteam Osiris, but also bringing back classic characters that haven't been seen in games before, like Blue Team, which are sort of the brothers and sisters of Master Chief, but also seeing new places that have never been seen before in Halo, going to different planets and just getting deeper into that universe.
You know, you have an iconic character like Chief, those are some pretty big shoes. What we wanted to do was create a deliberate contrast between Chief and Locke, and that was part of the story that we were telling.
We don't want to make another Chief, we want to create a new character, and the contrast goal was a super big goal because there's no reason to go after the character, you know, if you already have a good character in Chief.
That's fine, but I still got some fight.
Chief is awesome, but there's also things that Chief doesn't do. And so what are those things? And then we develop characters that kind of fill in those holes, right, in that gap. And then they become kind of a little bit more of a yin-yang kind of situation where they actually complement each other.
One of the things we talked about pretty early on, we had explored Chief maybe a little more deeply in 4 than he had before and tried to tap into more of the humanity inside the soldier. But there's only so far Chief is going to move as a character. And so if you want to learn more about Chief, you need another lens to look through, and I think Locke is that lens in a lot of ways. So it allows us to more deeply consider the Chief, but from a different point of view or perspective.
Let us see him forever.
As you, and not as you.
Fireteams has been something that has really emerged throughout the course of development, and we knew we wanted to have this seamless drop-in, drop-out co-op, and to do that we needed an AI that could support you when you don't have another human player with you. And rather than rely on scripting, we really wanted to take on the challenge of building a systemic AI that's dynamic and responds to the needs of any given situation and takes simple orders. It's added a whole other dimension to the play experience.
You know, Halo core gameplay and what we call the sandbox, that's sort of a hallmark of the series, and we didn't want to lose that. So bringing in Fireteam AI, they had to adapt and accommodate that sandbox, or it wouldn't work. The VO is dynamic, the way that they interact, what weapons they use. Though it is a challenge, we turned it to our advantage because now we have this supporting cast of characters with you all the time. Having Buck running around with you throughout the whole game is like a godsend because you have Nathan Fillion, you know, giving you quips and talking, giving you commentary about what's going on, and like there's no better way to do that, to almost kind of tell a story, because you don't have to bring in these supporting cast characters in cutscenes or randomly in a mission in a scripted way, because they're always there.
There's 8 characters, and you've got to find moments to have each of those characters emerge, and you have a focus on Master Chief and a focus on Locke, but you don't want these other characters to just be window dressing.
8 characters is a little crazy, but it's been super fun, and I think the team will be happy once it's out.
The goal was to get the beta in the hands of players as early as possible because we realized that this is sort of the biggest evolution we've had in the way that the game plays. Bringing this new suite of Spartan abilities, everything from thrusters and ground pound, and really changing the aiming model with Smart Link and bringing all of that together into one cohesive experience. We wanted to get it in the hands of fans, get their feedback, and have time to actually react to that feedback in development. Typically, by the time you would do a beta, maybe a few months from ship, you're really just stressing your services and making sure that things are ready to stand up, but you're not at a point in the project where you can react to creative feedback. We had to get the team kind of bought into this idea of using the community as the most important feedback tool to make sure that we could get the highest quality experience by the time we launch. We've really talked about the arena multiplayer experience, and a big part of that is bringing back that concept of level playing field, where all players start with the same gear, they're fighting over map control to try and get to power weapons that are placed within the maps.
We've got the sniper rifle.
A lot of that is something that we kind of deviated from with 4 and we're bringing back, and I think it really complements the Spartan abilities that we've introduced in the game very, very well. We're bringing more map content than ever before, over 20 maps at launch, another 15 plus that we've got planned for release between launch and June of next year. So just a ton of content for players to play, and making sure that they're not having to pay for downloadable content in the form of maps, no division of the multiplayer ecosystem.
Freaking believable. Yo, kid.